water, man. There's just something about it that's so. We need a new intro. It's 2019 and that intro was so 2018, but I don't have anything yet. So now that it's the new year, I got a whole new slew of resolutions, ambitions, goals, etc. Feeling some type of way with it being 2019 now. 2018 I had a few resolutions and some of those were slightly missed, some were kind of hit, but it's 2019, new year. I don't know if it's a new me, but new year, and let's shoot for the stars. Let's shoot for the stars. That's all I can say. And I'm just excited. Like, it's a new year, man. Like, let's do this. Let's get it done. With it being a new year, I need to answer the question that's been on everybody's mind. We've all been thinking it, we've all been wondering it, and there has been zero answer whatsoever. And I owe you guys an explanation. So pretty much that question is coming right up after this, because we need to talk about something else first. Gotta build the suspense. Build it. Do you feel it? Building the suspense. 4 things to talk about this year. First off, the ish schedule will be changing. I know. Don't freak out on me. It's okay. Pretty much I have just a change in my life schedule, which will be affecting a change in my ish schedule. Can't dab anymore. It's still 2016. Come on. But pretty much the new schedule will be, it was every Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and now Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. It's a new schedule. I gotta get used to it. But pretty much that's just the adjustment that I gotta make. But I'm still remaining consistent and committed to uploading 4 times a week, daily-ish, keeping it going strong in 2019. I've loved it so far. No reason to stop. No reason to quit. And just see what a whole full year of actually being consistent in the ish brings. I mean, let's just bring it. We started in fall last year, right? Fall. And now we're gonna have a whole fresh year from winter to winter of a ish. Because it's happening this whole year, the ish. Now for the question that's been on everybody's mind. Is coming up right after this, because we need to talk about New Year's resolutions. So I brought that up at the beginning of the video, and I brought that up for a very specific reason. The reason is last year I made a New Year's resolution video where I listed 3 New Year's resolutions. Those were, I wanted to focus on building my community on YouTube, focus on just like creating and like getting at it and just working hard. The other was just talk more in Spanish, because I don't do that enough, and I should, and it needs to be a thing. And then the third and final one was, I can't remember what the third and final was. Oh, I think it was like read more, something like that. I want to get back into reading more literature. Pretty much out of those 3, I achieved probably the most on YouTube. And then the other one, speaking Spanish a little bit from time to time in my workplace. But I want to talk more with like my family. So like, that's something I gotta like introduce and like do. And then I think the books, I didn't read any books. I've come to the realization that I'm really bad at reading books that are sort of like fiction based, and that's like so weird, right? Like, as a storyteller, you may think that I love like fictional books because of like stories and stuff and like whatever stories, but the actuality is I read a lot of news, I read a lot of blogs, I read a lot of like, I guess what you could consider non-fiction stuff, and I probably go through like in a month, I wouldn't be surprised if I passed 100. Like, I'm always reading stuff, tons of different blogs and newsletters and magazines and newspapers. So I'm always reading all this stuff, but it's never fictional books. And I've sort of come to the realization that, I don't know, like I really want to be like I find the ability to make stories out of like real things. Like Hunger Games was a cool movie for me because I thought it was about Hunger Games, but it was just like, it was like social commentary at the same time, but it was fiction. So like I feel like if I were to like that, when I write fiction, I tend to focus on literally taking real events, things that are happening in the real world, and just turning them into characters and turning them into plot points and stories and things of that sort. So it's all based in like realism, which I guess most fiction is, but I don't know. Does this make sense? I feel like I'm just rambling, but I'm really good at reading things that aren't fictional books for some reason, but I still read a lot. So take that for what it is. And now for the question that has been on everybody's mind. Coming up right after this. Okay, no, we're gonna address it. We're gonna address the white elephant. Is that what it is? The big elephant? White elephant? We're gonna address the elephant in the room, which is, why do I always need to interrupt this? Because I'm not actually done. We're gonna talk about New Year's resolutions for this year. So specifically, I've made it a little bit more simplistic, a little bit more realistic as well, a little bit more approachable, tangible, and hopefully that actually helps me in my endeavors with this. But first and foremost, I just want to make a documentary. It doesn't have to be a long one, just a documentary. I just want to make one, just a documentary. That's it. Aside from the documentary, I want to continue working on this channel. Obviously, we're at 234 subscribers right now, 234 strong. So thanks for sticking around. I don't know what that was. There we go. So I want to keep building that. I want to keep working on that, and just see where we go. I want to start a podcast. I do. I just feel like I am capable of doing a lot of talking, especially in a podcast form. I feel like the sort of the conversational way of it may help just sort of like bring ideas out, like conversations come up, and it just gives me more opportunity to collaborate with people. And I got so many friends and so many just inspiring people out there, friends making music, friends talking about sports, friends and family getting fit and boxing and stuff. And there's so much out there, and so much that I want to show love to. I want to do it in whatever way possible. That could be podcast is just another example of what I could do for that. So video, love video to death. It's definitely my bread and butter without a doubt, but it only goes so far. So I think podcasts and just talking my butt off with whoever would be pretty cool. So at least try. Oh, I just want to keep, not keep, but this one's an easy one. So this is actually something I learned from Matt D, we'll say, because I don't know how to say his last name and I don't want to butcher it. I hate butchering people's names, but I will get back to it and I'll actually say his last name properly. Matt D on YouTube actually had this one recommendation, this one suggestion to people who are just trying to introduce a habit into their life, introduce a new goal, a new regimen, whatever that may be, and is to, the video I was specifically watching was how to wake up early. And one of the things he did was at the day before, the next day, he would write a list of 3 things that he wanted to get done. 3, just whatever things. And they were physically written down. That helps with just like the mental process of like having it noted, right? And then he would pretty much set like a cup of water that he could go ahead and drink in the morning far away from his bed. And then he'd also set his phone far away from his bed. So I suck at waking up in the morning. The weird thing about me is that like in parts of the week I want to be a morning person, but in other parts of the week I want to be like a night owl. And I'm always like sort of juggling both. Like I can never set my mind on one. So like if I could do like Monday to Wednesday being a morning person, but then like Thursday to Sunday being like a night owl, that's like ideal. And I don't know why that's the thing, that's just like a thing. Like I enjoy the variety of that. So on early bird days I just pretty much want to incorporate those ideas of like waking up with just one alarm. Just one alarm. Not the 3 or the 4 or the 5 or the 10 that I set up. Just one alarm. It's very ambitious, I know, because it's so hard and I haven't done it like ever. But one alarm I just want to wake up with. And then just for any day, for every single day pretty much, I just want to make sure that I have a list of 3 things to actually work on. So I want to take this opportunity in this moment, in this new year, new me, energy, vibe, whatever, to just sort of work on that and actually make it a thing. Now, the moment that everyone has been waiting for. The question that has been on everybody's mind. The main suspense builder behind this episode. The reason that this episode is going far more longer than it actually should be. Why, oh why, Josue, do you always have on some sort of hat? Maybe you're asking that question, maybe you weren't asking that question, but it actually came up in the conversation with my brother where he mentioned that I wear hats in a lot of videos, and the main reason really is I'm lazy. I'm lazy and I just don't want to take the time to do my hair all the time. It's, you know, when you have this luscious, curly sort of hair, you know, it takes a lot of care, a lot of effort to sort of embrace, and sometimes I just wake up and I throw on a hat so that what would be 5 minutes of setting up my hair turns into, you know, a second of putting on a hat, and then I could just run outside or run to my studio and start working right away. And that's the answer to that. The unnecessary suspenseful buildup is that. That's why I wear a hat. But I don't know, maybe we'll try something new in 2019. Just no hat. There it is. Embrace it. It's crazy. Just there it is. This episode's gone on for way too long. 2019, here we go. Once again, my name's Josue, and I live in Chicago, the greatest city in the world. Let's see what this new year has in store for us. Thank you for watching my video, and as always, see you in the next one. Bye.